we are now recording, and I'm going to say I hate you, Matt. Minecraft was the worst game in the world. Why did you pay for a server?
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
This was your idea. I will remind you.
I'm addicted.
Yeah, right.
So
which
addicted.
one of you built the bridge and the beautiful mansion on the hill? Because I
Who
just
do you
assumed
think?
that was Matt. But
I built.
then I found a hovel
Luke
with Matt's
destroys.
name on it. So
Yeah, the hovel was the very first structure.
Yes.
Because I was just getting beaten up by zombies, and I was like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
better build a house."
you always build a little house on the first night.
Well, you
in
need to,
Minecraft.
because you got monsters that come in. Well, I don't. I just do. Well, I just logged off then, and all I did was just built a little bit of a wall around me and just saved and quit. That's my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did have to make a
Because
bed.
if you're wondering why middle-aged men are talking about Minecraft in the year 2025,
Good question.
I'll just remind everyone, and early listeners of the podcast will already know that we were playing Minecraft back in beta, and and we had our own server.
This is how long
and-
we've been doing this fucking podcast.
Yes, that's right. For the full lifespan of Minecraft, there's a movie now.
I know.
I do want to see it. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, you know what's on the torrents right now? Rust.
Is it?
I have no interest in seeing Rust.
I wouldn't either, except for you know.
I don't think they show that scene.
I mean, well, they weren't.
You think they used the shot?
That scene is still in there. It's in the trailer.
No,
Just
I
not
reckon they
that
would have
exact
cut it.
shot.
No,
They weren't filming when that happened. That's the tragedy of it all.
because it's a conspiracy.
But the funny thing is, they would have had to go back into that set and give him a different gun for him to actually film the scene
Yeah.
after all that had happened.
I bet you they double check. I don't think they did it like 5 minutes after.
I bet
Imagine
they
the-
said,
the
put
new
your hand like this
cinematographer.
and we will CGI you.
Imagine the new cinematographer. They're like, all right, we're going to go back in and... What? No.
Don't shoot me. Yeah.
Not doing that scene.
Look, I'm pretty sure it'll set up when she finished, so let's just hit record and I'll step out.
Yeah. The camera is still there,
Yeah.
slightly damaged.
No.
You said Rust. There's a game Rust, and I've been watching a YouTuber play Rust. I don't know why.
That pops up on my YouTube every now and again, and
Play
it's
games.
the people who
See why you're...
sort of go in and not grief people, but sort of go in and annoy the people who are griefing,
Right. Okay.
like destroy
I think
their.
I bought this game at some point, or if it was
Well, I
on...
guarantee you probably did.
Yeah, I 100% have this in my library, and I think I popped it on to have a look and then never played it.
It's like
Yeah. It's a bit like
Minecraft,
Conan, I think.
Conan.
Yeah.
It's
There's a
get more
YouTuber.
guns.
There's a guy, William, who plays. He just plays solo, but he plays on the big servers, and he's very good at it. So I don't know. For some reason, his videos are just very compelling. So I've been watching them, and I don't know why. I've never played Rust. I actually don't want to play it.
No,
That's why you're watching it. I think that's... Well,
Yeah.
this all makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I am a
one of those
normal
games-
human.
An update.
Okay. Good.
You know how a couple of weeks ago, I wasn't here last week, but
That's true.
a couple of weeks
Oh,
ago, I told you that for the third and final time I tried to play Control, and I just couldn't do it. I find the game infuriatingly tedious. And Luke was like, just go on YouTube and just watch the cutscenes, right? So I did. And guess what? Couldn't fucking get through it. I found it so boring.
it's a great game though.
Let's clarify. We fucking love Remedy.
Yeah.
The game is just there's a lot of backtracking and you got to learn the maze but the game is so good.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing
I like
the sequel.
the DLC for Alan Wake that is actually a Control game. That's what I like.
Oh yeah.
I don't like the
Lake
actual
House.
game Control. Yeah.
Well, it's
Well,
been a lot
hopefully
of-
they'll take. Because I mean, the first Alan Wake was not as good as the second one. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
No,
They'll learn
the
from it.
story was fantastic, and every time I think, "Fuck, I'm just going to go back and play it," and I put it on in that opening scene, and then you're trying to get the power on in the cabin. It's all great, and then you end up in the woods near that fucking timber yard. And I'm like, oh, that's right. This game is awful.
It's because you can't skip the fights, but towards the end of Alan Wake, I was just knew where all the monsters came from and just ran through so I could go through and get the collectibles.
Yeah.
I didn't even do the collectibles.
But there's been a lot of game news this week.
There's been some game news, yeah.
Some game unnews as well.
There's a big news.
Yeah.
One was from today, which no one was expecting.
Yeah, Luke lost all our diamond.
Oh, I had like 40 diamond, but I got greedy. And I went, I'll be fine, I'll keep going.
Yeah.
So I'll
Anyway,
admit,
that's the top article on Kotaku right now. Anyway.
I've spent the last half an hour trying to get just racing back to where it was, and I've managed to find some of the gold I had, and now after this I'll try and get it out.
I had to remind myself how to play because the first time I went in, well, for starters, I was looking for a server, and this is not a server; it's a realm.
Yes.
Okay, so there. I finally got in, and then I couldn't find the action button. So Matt, there's a lot of gates in your house. I couldn't fucking get in, mate. I couldn't get like jump, crouch. Where's the action button on Xbox?
Yeah, well, maybe that was
I
intentional.
found it. To trick me.
I don't know,
I'm
playing
Stay
on-
outside
down
with
to
the
keep Dan
zombies
out.
and the spider.
I'm playing on
Yeah.
Windows.
I'll put a door
I
there.
was going to
He
ask.
fucking hates
So
doors.
we're playing this cross-platform, are we? That's
Yes.
great. That's very interesting to know.
Wait, you're on a PC?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, Minecraft is all cross-play now.
Because I was going to say, I was only joking when I started talking about Minecraft again. We should talk about the news that's in it. But I did
no
want to
interest
mention
about anything but Minecraft.
if patrons go to patreon.com/multiple-nerdgasm. If you're interested in playing on the Minecraft server, let us know. That could be a thing that we do. I didn't realize it was cross-platform, so that's even. I was going to say, unfortunately, it's only Xbox. Apparently, it's not only Xbox.
Well, I know it's at least Xbox and Windows at the moment, so
I mean, that does make a certain amount of sense. I
Yeah.
don't know if someone's going to try to join us from a PlayStation, maybe that will cause a problem. I don't know.
I actually don't think it will.
Well, I'm going to be playing a lot next week because I
Yes.
don't have a job for
I
a
can't
week.
wait to log in next week and see what you've built.
I don't know if you remember, but when we first got this Minecraft server was when I quit my job, when I just fucking quit with no other job to go to, which is something
I didn't quite
apparently
do
you
that.
can do when you're 30 and
That's
you
a,
know,
yeah, that's a young
save up
person's
money.
thing.
Yeah, to just.
Quit your job to play
Not do
Minecraft
anything.
for a living.
I played a lot of Minecraft.
All right, but the big game news, it's not our Minecraft.
It's not our Minecraft.
What is it?
So it's Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed.
Yes.
They put out a post today and went, sorry, it's not the news you wanted, but May 26th next year, so it's over a year away still.
Didn't they just announce the original release date?
It wasn't an announcement, was it? Didn't
No,
people just
they said it was
discover
coming
the
this
original
year.
announcement?
They said it was coming this year, and everyone's been speculating October, November.
Because a bunch of games shuffled their release dates.
Well, that's why no one's really announced any big games in October, November, because they've just been waiting.
Like Borderlands 4,
Bet they do now.
Randy Pitchford did this whole thing where he said, oh, the game's going so well, we're going to release it early. And then the theory was that was to avoid GTA 6. Apparently, they didn't need to do that.
No, but I think we'll see a lot of games being announced for release now later for this year. Now GTA 6 has
right.
moved because you're not going to be able to compete against that.
No,
Just not a chance.
no. I saw there's a point-and-click adventure game devlog that I'm following. I think it's called the Point and Click devlog. It's this British guy who's making a game called the Biggle Boss Incident, which everyone should check out on wishlist because he's
Yeah,
a
I'm
cool guy.
going
He's
to check
making-
that out right now because that sounds excellent. Biggle
He's
Bob?
a
What?
really cool
What
guy.
did you say?
should watch the devlogs. It's great. What's that?
Devlogs. Yeah, for what Bigglebog? Oh, I'm trying
The
to
Biggle
type with
Boss
some
Incident.
big.
Yeah, he's like he's a British
Just send me a
guy.
link. Can you send me a
Yeah, I
link?
will. I'll put it in the show notes. He's
Yeah,
a British
great.
guy. He did I stumbled onto his YouTube channel. He's a writer, like I think like a technical writer or kind of like a business writer, and he wanted to make an adventure game, and so he just started a YouTube channel of him learning how to make an adventure game in Unity.
And this is going to be the guy that's going to go up against GTA 6.
That's he made
is
a
that
joke
what
this
you're-
week. He said he's
Yeah.
postponed. He bumped his release back a bit, and he's like, obviously, I want to move it away from my main competitor, with GTA 6. I was like, it's a good joke.
Yeah.
You
Because that's going to
know,
make $1 billion
there was a
day
time.
one.
There was a time when somebody could make a game in their bedroom,
Yeah,
and it
that
could
time
be
is now.
Yeah.
Apparently, again.
I mean, I know you can. So let me finish, and it become a popular game. You know,
Yeah.
Like, and now, like, I mean, you might get some likes on your Steam, but
No,
there's no.
No, I think you can. Like, if you really look at No Man's Sky, No Man's Sky was, 12 people? And, like, it wasn't a...
It did take them 10 years to make, though.
Yes. But that's what you get.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Sony, I think it would have had a better release.
Yeah, they got.
So what
screwed.
is it about? Because I'll say, look, I'm not going to play GTA 6. I don't give a shit. If they did a remaster of Vice City and it's set in the 80s again and had all the 80s clothes and cars and music, I'd play that.
They did
But not this.
They didn't do a remake of it. They did a remaster. Not remaster. It's just, I don't know. It's not good.
Yeah, I've seen it in the Switch store and I've considered it, but no.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than you remember.
I actually remember it being pretty hard, to be honest. I'm actually not good at these games. I'm not even good at. I'm not even good at LA Noire. LA Noire, is that what it was called?
Yeah.
I fucking suck at the driving. Anything else, I'm fine. It's just the driving in those games I really suck at. But the trailer for this came out so long ago. I can't believe there's another entire
Well,
year.
it wasn't even really a trailer. It was a teaser trailer. It wasn't nothing to do about the game. It was
All I remember is
Yeah,
that guy,
true.
that Florida guy, tried to sue him.
the
Florida
Joker. Florida Joker.
I mean, they did just use his likeness, put it in the game.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Rockstar are good about doing it and getting away with it. Well,
Yeah.
not getting away, just they know what they're doing.
They got money.
Yeah, did that go anywhere?
No.
Of course not.
And I think he finally just understood, like, I'm better just to use this to promote myself than...
Yeah.
Like, it's giving me my another 15 minutes of fame type of thing.
Yeah, mate, as seen in GTA 6, for sure.
What is his job anyway? Just
I think he's just a
looking like
criminal.
Being a
Yeah, exactly.
fuckwit. Yeah.
Like, how does it hurt or harm him to have been in a video game?
But I'm looking forward to this. But yeah, now I've got to wait over a year for it.
If they wrote to you right now, if you got an email from Rockstar saying, "Hey, do you mind if we just pop you in this game?" You'd be like, "Yeah, go for your life,
Go
mate.
for it.
Go for
I don't
it.
need any fucking money for this. Do it."
What do I do in the game?
Although,
I
no.
wanna
If
know
they
that.
were to ask, I'd probably be asking what they're going to pay because they're going to make a lot of money off this game.
Yeah,
True.
and if they said,
But I also think,
nothing,
actually, in a
we're not gonna
GTA,
pay
it's
you
probably-
anything.
It's probably
What would you
valid
say?
asking what you're going to do.
If they said nothing, Luke, what would you say then?
That if it's nothing, they're not going to ask.
People are paying $10,000 to be in games. Like, wasn't there who had a? Was it Bethesda that had a lottery? Who was it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes. All right.
Got some Bethesda game news.
But yeah, look at this. So,
Not news.
is GTA 5? It's the second best-selling video game of all time. 210 million copies.
What's the best selling?
Minecraft.
Oh, of course.
It's made like $8.5 billion.
Okay. So they can afford
They can afford
to pay
to.
people's
Okay.
likenesses.
Well, where's my fucking money then for being in the game? Oh no, wait, I'm not in the game. I'm getting all.
You're not.
No, maybe you are, Dan. How would you know?
Maybe I am.
You
You know
haven't
what?
played it.
I'm gonna have to play it, and I'm gonna have to buy it to play it. Okay,
Yeah.
you got me. You got
I
me.
think. I also think a lot of the money comes from the children and playing Grand Theft Auto online.
Oh yeah.
Which I don't understand why people spend money to buy like shark cards to get money in game. It's pretty
I
easy
don't
to earn
understand
it.
why people allow their kids to play it.
Oh, speaking of children,
It's only
playing video
R-rated.
games,
It's fine.
I watched. I finished watching Mythic Quest. I watched
Oh,
all
you
the
did?
Mythic Quest that
Oh,
there
yeah.
is. Yeah.
I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Have they?
Not interested.
Have they done the
they-
reshoot?
Yeah.
I doubt it because the ending I watched was not an ending of like it didn't. It was like I guess kind of a cliffhanger of
Okay.
sorts.
You know what ending I'd love?
It's open-ended.
I'd love...
Yep.
It plays out whatever... I haven't seen it. I'm not going to watch it. But it plays out exactly like the one you saw. Then suddenly, Rob McElhenney wakes up, right? But it's Mac, right? From Always Sunny. And he goes, guys, I fucking just had a dream I was a fucking video game developer. and you just frame it in an episode of Always Sunny.
I thought you were going to say he wakes up and he's in the office and F. Murray Abraham's there. And he dreamed there was 3 seasons of this show that was shit. Anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, so you're saying it was actually F.
two.
Murray Abraham that just made it good. And as soon as he started touching people, that was it.
Well, I did say, we were watching it last night. And I did say, I know we've talked about this, but it literally lost being about making a video game.
Yeah.
Except in the very broadest sense. Because in this season... You have this whole plot where Iron and Poppy are making an expansion for Mythic Quest in secret, on their own, completely on their own. Yeah. And I was like, that's nonsensical, which is fine, like for a TV show, except they already established season 1, they had a fucking art department and they had a whole team of programmers and they had all this stuff. And that was what the show was about. And it was funny and interesting because it was actually sort of kind of about what actually making a game was like. And now it's just not. There's no other characters anymore. Like, there's only these 5 characters in the whole fucking show.
If they were off like writing the story or anything, that could have made a bit of sense. But no, they went in and developed and we're releasing this, and it's just
that's just in secret. They made this whole thing, and it's like, and like that wouldn't matter if they hadn't established the kind of, I don't know, it just went in a very, very different direction. Like hard shift into a completely different direction.
Have you seen the side quest or whatever it's called yet? The other ones?
No, I saw it. It popped up at the end and said, "Do you want to watch this now?" And I will. I haven't watched it though.
I've heard they are good.
What characters cross over?
Abraham was the writer, right? Who wrote this expansion that they built? Again, like it's a stupid plot hole because it's not that kind of show. But it just made me think. Oh, that's right. It was better when it was about that stuff, though, in my opinion.
It was about making games, not...
And it was funny because the guy in charge was a fucking idiot. But everyone else took their jobs very seriously.
Yes, exactly. But then now they're all idiots.
It's a shame.
But the reason I talk about children in games is when they go to talk to Congress. That was fun.
Yes.
About the child labour in the Playdate, which is basically just literally what happened with Roblox, the game Roblox, where children were basically being exploited to make game content. And I was like, oh yeah.
It is a tough one, though.
Because the kids were making money and they were loving it.
Yeah.
But it's like, but that's child labour.
Yes.
Yeah, but they like it. Well, is that the point?
So is YouTube.
No, it's true. It's true, though. But it's a good question. Is it okay if the kids are having fun?
Yeah.
Or is it still exploitative?
If they're having fun, they shouldn't be getting paid for it.
So only the company should be making money.
Oh, they are, Luke.
Oh man, I found it. Harper watches this channel called Slick Slime Sam, right? And it's this girl.
I don't know that I like that.
She makes crafts, and she's fucking so talented. And she's got this little puppet called Sam that helps her out, and it's very funny. And she just builds things. Like she'll have like an Elsa doll, and she'll be like, Elsa didn't have a bedroom in the movie. We're going to build her a bedroom. And I was like, who is this person? Who's this extremely talented girl who does, this pretty good production and also knows how to do all this craft? I'm such an idiot. Of course,
there's an adult or a child?
There's a writer, there's a producer, there's an actress that plays her in the show, there's a different actress that does the voice for her, and there's a different actress that's the hands making the crafts. And all of these people are just employees.
And how many hundreds of millions of views does it have?
Yeah. But the funniest thing was we were watching one the other night, and at the end she goes, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And Harper goes, oh.
Yeah, that's cute. Oh, shit. It was Lyra's birthday yesterday.
Oh, shit.
FYI. Any listeners want to say happy birthday?
Oh, it was too. Oh, there you go.
That's right. Because she couldn't hold on for a couple more days before May the 4th.
That's right.
Yep.
Somehow she's 4. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
Very quickly.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah.
She's actually a little person now.
Oh yes, with an
Oh,
attitude.
they definitely
Yes.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, fun though. We're playing Breath of the Wild, or as she calls it, Daddy's game.
Oh, that's Daddy's game.
Yeah.
We were on the plane coming back from Perth yesterday, and I've been playing. I've been almost exclusively playing
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, which I'm still liking, but fuck me, do they ramp the difficulty towards the end of these games?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm still playing the game, but why are the enemies just unkillable now? Right? That's just not fair. Just let me finish the fucking game.
They don't want you
But
to
we've been
finish it.
playing Mario Sparks of Hope, which
Oh,
has
yeah.
been pretty good.
Rabbits?
Fox.
Yeah, Rabbids, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And she enjoys
That's
that.
Mummy's game.
Oh, that's
We
Mummy's
replaced that
game,
with
right.
Mum. Yeah.
Right, yeah. But she got a bit bored of that on the plane because it's a long ride. You know, it's 5
So you
hours
gave her
across
Resident
country.
Evil?
Well, I didn't give her Resident Evil because she at
what
one
you can
point
do
she
with
said,
this.
"I'll just." She goes,
I'm
"I'm yes,
stuck.
if you can get me through these, yeah." But at one point she was like, "She happy to watch." She's like, "I'll just watch you play," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, best of every world here."
Yeah, that's how it works
But
here.
then
It's great.
something really scary started trying to kill me, and she's like, "Can we play a different game?" And so I just went into my library and just filtered by only downloaded. But she was going through and she's like, "Don't you have any nice games?" Because I've got a lot of this is survival horror, and there's not a lot that she can play. And in the end, the only thing that I could find that she might want to play was Cult of the Lamb, which
Oh.
is also kind
it's
of a
cute.
survival horror, but it's a cute version, right?
Cute,
So,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was hilarious that your cult members occasionally poop and you've got to go and clean it up. So
Yeah, but I think she liked it, but she didn't quite understand it.
she didn't understand a word of it, and I didn't tell her that she could leave the main camp map and go and fight. So she didn't do any combat. She just was building and
Just walked
collecting.
around.
Yeah.
That Alba game was good. We finished that. Just had, I think it was
Oh,
cheap
yeah.
too. That game Alba. You just find and photograph animals. You might like it.
Yes, I should.
Yeah, Lyra liked it. It's got like a little plot about them trying to build a hotel, and the local people are like, "Fuck, no, we don't want
Oh,
to."
that's right. I did last time you mentioned this, and I took a screenshot then too. I should look at that.
Yeah, it was pretty. Lyra liked it. Yeah,
This,
so
this character in this game could literally be Harper. So if I just tell her it is her, then she'll.
we got to
definitely get
obviously the
into
end
this.
of the game of Alba, and then I said something about she was going to school in the morning. I said, "Oh, do you want to do your hair like Alba?" And she was like, "Alba's a boy," and I was like, "No, she isn't." And she was like, "What?" Blew her fucking mind.
I mean, that sounds like when I got to the end of fucking Metroid. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
fucking what? I was a woman this whole time?
yeah. She just assumed, I guess, at some point that this character was a boy, and then I don't know.
I called a vet out for that yesterday. I took Dr. Watson to the vet, and she kept calling it a him, and I went, "No, women could be doctors as well." Like,
You said this to a doctor.
well, she knows she was a nurse, and I went, "You can aspire higher."
Oh, wow. You were like,
I wish I had
you
said
had
that.
gone to school. Yeah. Instead of TAFE, if you'd gone to an actual university. Ouch.
Did it make you question her qualifications?
Oh, she was only given an injection. I can do an injection.
No, but like,
Did you say that to her as well? Did you
I could tell.
mansplain her own job back to her?
I can't tell a boy cat from a girl cat, but I'm not a vet nurse. So
But like,
I mean, if I was looking directly
Although-
at the genitals, I could make an assumption, but
probably
I'm
still
rarely
couldn't.
looking at a cat's genitals.
From a
Although,
cat, I don't
like,
think I could, to be honest.
I'm
not
going
sure
to
I
put
could.
out like the cat carrier
Maybe.
is pink,
Okay.
Okay.
so that
Yeah.
would give an indication of it's a
You
girl cat.
are also a very flamboyant dresser.
I was going to say, what were you
So-
wearing?
Yeah, so I don't think that's a signifier necessarily in this case.
I think I would have been wearing. Oh, I would have been wearing the hat I made in
The
So
pink hat
Paris.
that you made in Paris with us. Yeah.
the pink hat
Oh, it's pink.
and a Star Wars shirt. So
With a skirt or pants?
there were pants.
Okay. This time.
I've been playing Oblivion.
Have you?
How pretty is it?
Unbelievable. It's
But I
like-
understand why people are saying it's too brown. Like, I mean, I'm not, I
Yeah,
don't
but
think it
That's,
is.
that's
But-
the game
but
was.
I'm fine with it.
They've
No,
made a lot
it
of the
was-
grass kind of that yellowy
But-
green now.
Yeah,
But I know,
rather
I-
than just
It was
green,
quite
green.
saturated in a way that this is not.
Modern games
no,
aren't.
I don't
now
actually
it
think
looks
it's
like a
too.
modern game.
I don't think it's too brown. I actually catch myself looking at the grass sometimes.
It's lovely. It's lovely looking. I haven't played it, but
Yeah, no, I got distracted from Death Stranding.
That's easy to happen.
As fascinating as the story is, the actual game gets fucking boring real quick.
You're just a mailman.
And it's so annoying because I really,
well,
really
you could have
want
told
to
me
know
that
more.
before you made me buy it last week. But
No.
I'll
It's
let
still.
you go.
It's
No,
fine.
you gotta enjoy it.
No, it was $20. It was fine.
Yes.
Yeah, no. It's still good. It's just it's like when I've got Oblivion there, and like, so I started playing Oblivion, and then I'm just sucked into it because I actually think it's my favorite of the Elder Scroll games. I like it more than I like Skyrim, and I get a lot of nostalgia, like because I'm playing it, and it's like when you remember something, and then you go back and you're like, oh, that's actually a bit shit. Like I think the old Oblivion is a bit like that, whereas with this, it's like.
Yeah,
This is just how I remember
that's
it
why
being.
remasters of old games are great. Although some, like I would not play the remaster of something like the Sierra games or Day of the Tentacle or something like that. I want to play that.
Yeah, it's like when they did that for like a few of the first Sierra games. You know, the VGA
they did
remakes
AGA
of them.
versions of
I didn't like those
Yeah.
ones
Neither.
because I was like, no, that's not how that game is.
No,
I played a demake of fucking King's Quest 6 because I wanted it to look like King's Quest 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah,
But I played Oblivion. Like I remember, like the Oblivion gates and stuff, because that was something. I used to love going in and figuring out the puzzle because sometimes it was like, how do you get to? It's different every time. It was exciting, and then I remember playing Skyrim and go, oh, there's no gates. There's no just.
yeah. The Oblivion Remaster is funny because it is very beautiful. But I watched, I don't know if we talked about this last week, I watched a video about how they did it. And it's basically, it's literally the original game is running in the background. And it's got Unreal Engine 5 on top of it. So
Right.
it's beautiful, but it's still got all the jank and
Right.
weird shit of the old one in a charming way to me. But I'm like, I wonder if a new player would be like, what the fuck? Like
interesting.
you walk outside and all the fucking people are bumping into each other at first because they've all spawned in, and then they have this conversation where they're like, "Good morning. Have you heard about the Ultima coming in? That could be a real pickle. There's going to be a battle. Goodbye." and then they like walk off, and it's just like, what the fuck is this? Like, it looks amazing. It just doesn't behave like a modern game.
And I'm happy they kept it that way. Just like
I like it. I just
here
think
it is.
if you're a new player, you'd be like,
They wouldn't have made the money back if they just remade the
you're
game
probably
from
right.
the ground up.
yeah, I think doing what they did was clever. Like it's like as I understand it, it's literally the old game engine running in the background.
Yeah.
with a new facade on top.
Shiny coating.
Pretty cool.
And the rumor is they're now working on that same company, because it's not Bethesda that made it; it's another
Yeah, it's a
studio
French
that did
company,
it.
yeah.
That they're doing the same thing for Fallout 3.
Yeah, see, that's all right.
Ooh. See,
And-
Fallout 3 is another one that in my head it's already perfect, but I'm sure if I went back, it is.
If you did a comparison, you'd be like, oh, boy.
And for the fact that they're just going to go make it look prettier, and it's still going to be the same game,
yeah,
I'm
that's
all
great.
for that.
The second time I played through that game, I didn't even go into the sewer. Not once. Didn't go in.
Oh well, the ghoul
Walked the long way to DC.
Such a great game. Then you die at the end,
Yes.
and then you come back to life magically with the DLC gets released.
That's
was
right.
pretty stupid at the end.
Oh, there's some water here. It's yeah.
You've got your super mutant friend who's like, I couldn't possibly do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
that's
feel like it.
Mate, I'll die if
Yeah.
I go in there. Oh,
You
I
would
wish I could help you,
survive,
mate.
though. I know, but this is really your thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here and wait. All right, mate. Fuck you then.
Remember that giant robot we arrived with?
Yeah.
he's busy.
Can he do something?
He's outside.
That was a weird ending.
It was.
You really kind of just had to go, okay. Mm. Oh, I did put the Biggle Boss incident in, so listeners, check that out.
Oh yeah.
I put it in the spreadsheet. Speaking of games.
Although,
I won't click on this now, and I'll tell you why. It's because last time I was on, I was going to keep saying last week, but I wasn't here last week. But last time we were on, and you were talking about Death Stranding,
Oh, yeah.
I went in the background and I purchased it, right? But Microsoft does this thing that I fucking hate, which is if you type the wrong email address in, and I've got 2 email addresses, you type the wrong one in, and it doesn't say you don't have an account.
Oh, it creates one.
creates you an account. So it just let me go in, search for Death Stranding, purchase it, right? Not on my account. And then I go into my Xbox the next day, going, okay, I'll give this a game. Don't own it. Took me yonks to figure out what the fuck happened. Thankfully,
That's so silly.
they refunded me.
Yeah, I hate services.
You can
that
buy
do
it on
that.
the right account.
When the screen is like log in or create account, I'm like, no, let's not confuse me.
Yes.
Which is it?
Yeah.
We've got some cancellation news. Some
I'm
bad
upset
game
about
news.
this one.
Which one?
Yeah, and it's not Neil
Titanfall
Gaiman.
3.
He's
So I'm more upset about the other one, but we'll get to it. Yeah,
I don't know.
Titanfall 3.
Titanfall 3, because the second Titanfall, the first one was the multiplayer only one, which was...
Yeah, I didn't play that. But the second one I heard was so good that I played
story
it, and
was
it was so
amazing.
good. Yeah, it was a really good game.
You felt something for that robot.
Yeah. And it was like I wouldn't normally bother playing like a first-person shooter. But that was a very good game.
But yeah, no, EA
never
just
played it.
fired more people,
no, it was
laid more
good.
people off, and yeah, evidently we're not getting Titanfall 3 now.
not ever.
Originally it was going to be a bit of a spin-off, though. It wasn't going to be quite the same.
Yeah. I think that game, Titanfall 2, was a kind of unique situation.
But I like the fact that they did hear people like, we know we want a single-player story, and then they went and made it for the sequel, and then... But, I don't know, then they just moved on and created Apex Legends and started doing...
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
multiplayer stuff. Yeah, so apparently Apex Legends is continuing.
Yeah, well, that just makes some money.
Yeah. And but Titanfall 3 is
Done.
done. So that's a shame.
No, because I did enjoy those games, and I was thinking about them recently. Like, wouldn't mind playing something like that
I mean, you
again.
can go back
and
and play this number 2.
got the achievements. Actually, there's some I don't have. Maybe. Actually, I know there's some I don't have.
Yeah,
Collectibles.
2 is actually, yeah. You might like that, Dan, at some point. Is it on Game Pass? Probably, right? Microsoft owns it.
I'm looking now, actually.
No, that's
No, it's EA. What I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh,
I
yeah,
literally
I'm
just
not.
said it was EA.
Yep.
But it's a good game.
I mean, I must say, it doesn't look like a good game.
No,
I mean, it looks
that's
like a
the
perfectly
thing.
fine game,
But everyone was talking
doesn't
about it
look
so
like a
much.
game
There's
I'd
two
want to
things.
play.
I think 2 things that worked really well for it. That it did have a really good story, and it was really good. And Matt Mercer is the voice in it, and Critical Role was getting really popular around the time they. So I think those 2 things worked for it. But it actually is a very good game
Yes.
with like the robot mechanic, and then there's also like a time travel mechanic. Am I remembering that right? There's something like that.
It's not
right?
time travel, but
You see the past or something. How does that work?
I don't
forget.
think so.
No, that made
It's,
that up.
you're in the robot, but you can also run around outside the robot. The robot can fight on its own, and
Oh, there's something else too. Titanfall.
yeah, I don't remember. Oh, it's been a long time since I've played
Time
it.
travel mission. Yeah, there's time travel in it.
Okay.
You have a watch thing on. Yeah.
Okay, it's been a. I don't remember that at all.
Gaslight me, Luke.
Oh, no, I honestly do not remember that.
No, there is.
I saw this great little meme the other day that was just a single-celled comic in that New Yorker magazine style, although I don't know if it was official, but it was these guys in the like Dickensian London with the long stick lighting the gaslight, and one of them goes, I think in the future this could be a term for, that people still use, and the other guy goes, no, it won't be.
That's good. Did you see the ChatGPT Far Side comics?
No.
No.
Some of them
people
were-
made their own Far Side comics on ChatGPT.
Like, and then, yeah, some of them were like disturbingly good.
just like Far Side.
Yeah. Hang on. Is this an article about it? Let me see. Oh, this is an article about someone getting it to do it. But there were a bunch of examples people posted, and I was like, that could just be a Far Side comic.
Yeah, it's funny when not only it can mimic the the illustration
Visual.
style, but that it
But
can
the
it can
joke.
literally just create the joke. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of them were like puns or kind of. Yeah, God, I wish I could find the specific one because I was.
Oh.
This goes. Oh, you got it?
I just found one. ChatGPT tries to hand Farside comics, and the first one I see is someone like Bigfoot's taking a family photo, and it's okay, everybody, try not to look blurry this time.
Yeah.
What? That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Fantastic.
I was impressed.
Oh, we don't need this anymore.
The other game that got cancelled is a game that I didn't know existed, and I wish I still didn't because now I'm sad about it, is this Blade Runner game. It's a Blade Runner, Supermassive Games, who made Until Dawn and what's that? The Quarry? You liked that game, didn't you, Luke?
Oh!
Oh.
I'm upset about this then.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I enjoy those games because they're more a story and you make like
let me describe this
points.
game to you, right? It's a Blade Runner game set in the year 2065. You play as a Blade Runner, and it's described as a third-person, character-focused cinematic action adventure with a 10 to 12-hour single-player campaign.
Fuck.
Does that sound good to you?
It would have been
Sounds
awesome.
fucking good to me.
Why'd they
Not
cancel
interested.
it?
Nah. I like none of those things
dunno.
separately, certainly not combined.
I'll
say this.
Okay, it says the reason for the cancellation isn't clear, but the report claims Blade Runner rights owner Alcon Entertainment was key in the cancellation. So maybe they just didn't like it for some reason.
Oh. Because
That's a shame.
I like those The Quarry and those they've done that whole anthology of games, and they're fun games. It's more watching a story, watching a movie type of thing, and you just make there's some quick time action. But
I mean,
more
this sounds fucking good. I mean, maybe it wasn't. Maybe that's why they decided to cancel it. But I mean,
but based on
make
their
fucking
other
stupid
games
decisions.
that they've done, if it's like that,
yeah,
throw Blade Runner over the top of it, I'm in.
just put some Blade Runner coloured paint on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm really bummed. It was aiming to release in September 2027.
I would have been happy to wait.
Cancelled.
Because, I mean, for starters, 2077 certainly sounds like... No, not 2077. 2027. Even. Still sounds like a year that some Blade Runner film could be set.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll say this, though. That original Blade Runner game for PC back in the, late 90s was fucking excellent.
I just bought it on Xbox. It's out on Xbox.
I want it.
Did you buy the shiny version, though? Because that's one that they
Probably.
did remaster.
Yeah, it must be if it's on the Xbox.
No, I have to get around to buying a US gift code because it's not released in Australia.
Is that so? Ah.
You can get it on GOG, though, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, you can get PC games because they go through different.
I have that
Because
too,
you're
I think.
buying the original game.
Yes.
When it went through the rating system, it was very different back then. But evidently, the rating system now, there's something that gets caught on that they can't release it. So they can't
Something
release
in
it
the
on
Blade
console.
Runner game that won't.
And I can't.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's because the
remember.
dog dies.
I was going to say, could it be that?
I don't know. I just killed a
be
dog
that?
in GTA 5 yesterday. I punched it. Nothing happened.
To death. You punched a dog to death.
That's
I was
Wolfenstein.
trying to punch the owner and I missed.
I was out at night once with
It's trying to
former
beat the
girlfriend.
owner to death.
I beat his dog. I was out with a former girlfriend, and we heard this really vicious dog start barking at us. And I really did worry for a second it was going to start chasing us. It didn't. But
gonna
she
have to
called
beat
me
it
out.
to
She was
death.
like, "Did you just clench a fist?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." She's like, "Was your plan to punch the dog?
Hey,
Like if a vicious dog attacked us, you were just going to punch it?"
Well,
Okay,
That was
good
going
work.
to do something.
what else you
Pop it
got to
on the
do?
nose?
You stick the
Yeah.
finger up its ass.
Oh. Yeah, what would you do?
Wrestle it down. Try to.
It'll confuse it.
We got lots of sex crime news for the after party.
Luke's excited.
Apparently, there some listeners complained there wasn't enough sex crime news last week, but
Yeah,
we're bringing it back.
we were saving it for you.
I don't think
you,
any
Andy.
of them did.
Save it for me. No,
I
no,
don't think anyone complained about there's not enough sex crime news.
Oh, I think you'll find they did.
I'm not going to be here next week. Almost certainly. I'm
You're going to be
at
at PAX.
Oh,
And I learned yesterday, I sent you guys a screenshot. I learned that at PAX, this is very exciting for me. Fucking Red Bull's going to be there. with a creator's space for the media with fucking F1 simulators in it. So I'm going to be doing that probably the whole time. I'm not even going to bother going to PAX.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go to that room and drive fucking F1 simulator.
Yeah.
That would be amazing to be like in a real one-to-one F1 simulator.
Hopefully that's what it is. And they said they got prizes. So I have to see if I can beat Max.
Did I tell you? Yeah, that's right. But mind you, he's just as good at the simulator as he is at fucking driving.
Oh, I'm joking. Max, no. There's
No,
no
but I mean, of all,
I've
if
never
you
even
said
driven one
any
before.
other driver,
He just beat
Yeah.
Max. He hopes to beat him off. Like,
yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, if I was going to
He
choose
just had a
one
baby.
Formula
Well,
One
not him.
driver to beat off.
Kelly Piquet had a baby, but it's his baby.
Yeah.
This one's his baby.
This one is his.
He borrowed someone else's up until now.
I watched the China Grand Prix like 5 weeks ago, whenever it was, with my family here, and so my mother-in-law watched it.
Oh,
and
cool. I can't wait to hear what she has to say about it.
It was because it was the first Formula One she'd ever watched, and literally like an hour in, she's like, "Nobody has changed places."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like the top six were the top six. Like there was some shuffling in the back. But like all the commentary was about the back because no one in the top six was shuffling it or hardly at all. It was only when people started to pit and then they kind of rounded it back out as well. But at a certain point, we're like, kind of people were getting a bit antsy to skip to the end. And I realized that we were watching it on KO and we had paused it where we got something to eat. So I'm like, oh, actually, this is not real time anymore. So we could skip ahead. And so we skipped 20 minutes ahead. No change. No change in the ladder.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like it's the race. It's not really about the race. It's about the weekend leading up to it and the qualifying and
the whole thing.
Yeah.
The Saudi Grand Prix was a bit more interesting only because.
Yeah, she didn't come back for that.
Yeah. Did you see? So we'll be brief on this because I don't know if listeners or watchers or witnesses give a shit about Formula One. Did you watch Saudi Grand Prix? You know, Max.
No, I just watched highlights. I didn't watch the actual race.
Okay, well, you know, Max got a penalty for that first corner with Piastri, and he had the shits about it. And then I saw later on, like he basically what happened is one of the Max, the driver, wasn't going to slow down, went off the track to like try and get ahead of this other guy, got a penalty because you're not allowed to do that, and he was mad about it. And they told him on the radio, like he went to complain on the radio, and his engineer was like, "Yeah. No, don't need to say any more about it. Thanks, Max." Because Max is known for getting fiery on the radio.
Yeah. Shut it
and
down.
he gets in trouble for it. And then at the end, I saw this clip later. At the end, he still came second. And when they pulled up at the end, he gets out, and the head of the FIA, Mohammed bin Salem, I think his name is, walks right up to Max, and they start having an argument. And they said, he's telling him, when you get interviewed, you shut the fuck up. You do not say anything bad about the FIA because he's like, I know what you're going to do. You're going to complain about that penalty. And then, did you see the end interview with Max? I saw this at live, and it made me laugh. Is that they said, "Oh, Max, what happened on that first corner?" And Max just goes, "I'd like to thank the fans. Goodbye," and like walked off. And it was like, he got told.
He might get fined for that.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah, not doing media.
Not doing proper media.
He doesn't give a shit at this point.
No, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit.
What are they going to fine him? He's got
Yeah.
more money than he knows what to do with.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
fine's like
Hamilton
$20,000.
takes the fine if he gets pissed off. He's just like, I'm not doing it. Fucking fine me. I'm a fucking knight.
Yeah. He skipped, Max skipped Media Day this week for Miami because of the baby. He had a baby.
Oh, well, there you go.
Fair, that one.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Find the baby.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, it's just so my mother-in-law, not a fan, but she did watch it. My wife wasn't that into it until she saw George Russell walk on. Then she goes, "I go for him." I'm like, okay.
What? George Russell, the lesbian?
He's tall and British and charming.
Yeah. He looks less like a lesbian now. He's kind of turned into a man.
Yeah, he grew up. He matured.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mean he literally turned into a man. I mean he was a boy. He was a child, and now Kimi Antonelli's the child.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't get Formula One. I don't think I ever
No?
will. No.
I like it. Watched the sprint quali yesterday.
Like, I understand it from playing the games, but I don't know.
Well, your
Watching it,
mother-in-law, Dan, might like the F1 film when it comes out, directed by the director of Maverick, a film that she had some interesting an interesting take on.
That's very true. What do I care? A plane flies here, a plane flies there.
Yeah, so I think I might like to hear what she thinks about the F1 movie.
Yeah, I would definitely. I've constantly thought about, because she watches every movie that comes out. She's got like the seniors pass at the Hoyts, and she just goes and sees everything. She's seen Minecraft. She sees everything.
Did she do zombie chicken?
Did she throw the chickens? No, she didn't. But she complained about it to me. She definitely complained about it. But I've thought so much about how funny it would be to do a podcast, Mama and me, and we just movies with Mama, and I just ask her what she thought of movies.
You should do that. I'm just going to put my vote in.
Yeah, do it. Doesn't have to be a long one. One movie review a week, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, done.
The problem is finding time to see one movie a week is not as easy as it used to be.
You don't have to see it.
I still haven't seen Sinners.
Yeah,
Nate,
true.
Don't yell at me. Nate's going to yell at me.
You still haven't seen what?
Sinners. Ryan Coogler's new film.
I thought you said I still haven't seen Citizen Kane. I was like, well, mate, it was made 60 years ago.
I don't even know if it's still in theaters.
I haven't seen Citizen Kane, and I have no interest in it. It looks a terrible movie.
It's fantastic.
Looks a terrible movie.
I'll say this, though. It's not his best. Oh, I mean, just looks. It's fucking beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful movies ever made.
Yeah.
A movie about a sleigh. How interesting could it be?
Sleigh. It's a sled.
You know, most people don't know that it's about a sled
it's
going
not like
into
Santa
it. And the
Claus.
sled's in two scenes. One when it's a sled, and one when it's a burning sled. One whole movie apart. Also, that scene with him on the sled, it starts off showing the kid on the fucking sled in the snow, starts panning back, pans through a fucking window, and his mum's in there talking to an old man about, really, you've got to take my son away? It's fucking ingenious. This is 1940s. So there'd only been movies for 30 years at that point.
Yeah, he did a lot of fucking creative shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, not going to see it.
Ah, Fred Champagne. Genius.
You're in America. I need you to try Paul Masson champagne at some point.
I fucking the funniest bit to me in that whole commercial is when they're like action, and he just fucking sits there, and he's like,
yeah.
Huh? That's the funniest bit.
Yeah. And there's this bit where he looks straight down,
What?
like off camera, goes, just do anything.
That's like
that, where he
so
doesn't
drunk.
know what he's doing.
Yeah, so drunk.
But it's drunk on the wine they gave you to use as a prop
do this
for the ad that you're currently starring.
Yeah, so funny.
Can I just say I'm very upset about something?
Yes.
None of the cinemas around me are showing Star Wars this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't think any around here are either.
What happened?
I saw Revenge of the Sith was like up in the top. The top. What do you call it? Box office? That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, because
for the re-release.
Yeah, and you think they would have kept it maybe around for like May the 5th or Revenge of the 5th?
You want to know my problem with Revenge of the Sith? You want to know my problem with it?
Sure.
It was the best of the prequels.
Yes. It wasn't
and
good.
I didn't care because the others were so shit, and it wasn't good enough that just being better than those was not enough. I've only seen it once. I've never seen it a second time.
Like I did enjoy it because it's best of three because it was back to that fast pace action again, not the
the opening scene, the battle over Coruscant.
Yeah.
Was fucking incredible. But am I right in thinking that scene was directed by Steven Spielberg?
No, you are not, because I actually saw them film it.
Right.
Yeah, right.
There was a rumor going around that he
was directed
guest
by
directed
Luke.
that scene.
I was there when they were filming the part where they're sort of in the capital ship and it's crashing. I was there for that filming of that, and it was George.
It was George. There you go.
It was George.
Did George Lucas lie to you about certain aspects of the film? There's an article this week. George has been talking about stuff, and he could come out and I saw this fucking posted everywhere.
I saw that he
Why does Yoda
answered
speak
a question
backwards?
about it, and I purposely didn't read it because I knew it would be a lie. So, Matt, are you confirming
This is what he
that
said
it is?
about it, right? And he was asked, why does Yoda talk the way that he talks, right? And George says, if you speak regular English, people won't listen that much. But if he had an accent, or if it's really hard to understand what he's saying, they focus on what he's saying. He was basically the philosopher of the movie. I had to figure out a way to get people to actually listen, especially 12-year-olds. Right. No, he didn't talk like that. He talked like that when he was pretending to be a weird fucking freak when he first met Luke. Once he was trying to be a philosopher, when he went back to his normal self in The Empire Strikes Back, he didn't talk like that. He just talked normal.
He didn't. And it wasn't just
you forgot
straight up backwards. Like, it was all mixed up. It wasn't just everything in reverse.
No, he was just trying to freak Luke out at first, and then he stopped doing that and talked normally.
Yes.
It's so much screen time of him just expositing in a normal way.
See, this is why I don't believe a lot of what George says. Like, he had all the movies planned out and all this, but then, like, they were all planned out, but then they didn't even know that Luke and Leia were going to be brother and sister until they were making Return of the Jedi. Not writing it, making it.
Yep.
And that was only because Harrison Ford became a bigger star than Luke Skywalker, or they would have definitely just kept that romance going.
Right. Yeah.
That's the one that makes the most sense. The hero gets the girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember watching it behind the scenes, and they're like, we're trying to think of a way for like why Luke snaps and he's going to turn, and then that's where they sort of came up with sister. That'll work, but yeah, it wasn't like you had this planned out in when you had 12 movies that you.
I think wasn't it a draft?
There was an earlier draft where there were twins.
There was another character who was his sister.
Yeah,
and it wasn't.
But it wasn't them.
Yeah. Well, even the first draft, there were no humans at all.
No, but like of Return of the Jedi specifically, like yes, you're right. Star Wars originally was just robots, but then when they were doing Return of the Jedi, and then there was like he actually fought the Emperor in like a lava pit or something at the end, right? And Obi-Wan's ghost fought the Emperor or something. That was
there was meant to be like lava, and that's where they went to. Sort of Revenge of the Sith was sort of a bit of a throwback to the lava, but
like the sister was another character, and then at some point they just were like, nah, it's just Leia. And it's no, it's fucking dumb, but whatever.
I saw one of those. I was today old when I learned the other day that I don't know that I agree with. Somebody said, the Jedi in the titular Jedi in Return of the Jedi is Vader, not Luke. And I don't think that's what they meant, because they hadn't made the prequels yet. No. And it's Luke becoming a Jedi. He says, I'm now a Jedi like my father. Like, that's it's not Anakin doing Jedi stuff again.
And it was Revenge of the Jedi up to a certain point. So clearly the intention was it's the revenge of the Jedi plural. They get their revenge on the Empire.
The Empire.
Jedi don't get revenge.
And then he changed, and right up until release, there were fucking posters that said that.
A whole bunch of posters that they'd already made.
Because he just not made up, because he made up everything, but he just
came up with something else.
Yeah.
But that to me did make sense. Like, it's not.
Yeah. Absolutely. But it's just like, no, it wasn't intended to be Vader.
No,
it was a more general. The Jedi have.
But I could see why people would now say that due to.
Yeah,
you got
on that basis, I will say the Return of the Jedi just means generally the Jedi have returned.
Jedi back.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean any one person.
They didn't actually.
Yeah, but
no, they didn't.
They didn't.
In fact, in the sequel trilogy, there's still an empire. It's just a different empire.
Yes.
And the rebels
not
are still just
explained at
rebels.
all.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be.
Somehow, Palpatine returned. By the way, he fucked someone years ago. Your mum.
The President of the United States.
I hate it so much.
By the way, I'm Die Hardman.
I hate it so much. They had great stuff they could build off, and no.
Yeah. They won't.
No.
Just on movies, I saw this and made me laugh. Apparently, the Avengers Doomsday script isn't finished because there's so many fucking people in this movie, and they all want different varying amounts of lots of money, and they can't finish the script. because they still, well, maybe now it's finalized because I think they started shooting, but they didn't know who's actually going to show up for this and who isn't.
Wow.
Oh,
So that teaser trailer with just the fucking ridiculous list of names. Some of them people are like still holding out.
No, because people were like, oh, notably, like Chris Pratt wasn't listed. A bunch of, and they were like, are these people coming back? And it's like, well, they just haven't signed the contract yet, so they don't want to put their name in there, but they might be in it. Yeah, because apparently there's concept art that leaked where Star-Lord is quite prominent in the movie, but Chris Pratt had not agreed to do it yet. So it's like,
I'm still trying to work out how they're going to explain Robert Downey Jr. being Doomsday. Like, there's going to have to be. Are they resurrecting him? Is it him, or is it like is it
Or is somebody going to go?
Cloned
You look
or something,
familiar.
or yeah.
I mean, there have been
Can't wait to find
Marvel
out.
characters, actors recur as multiple characters, but usually kind of
Like not at the same thing. It's
not
like
Robert
years
Downey
apart.
Jr.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it sounds like it's going to be an interesting watch. If
Oh no, but like
I don't know.
the new
Fantastic Four.
Marvel movies out at the moment.
Fantastic Four looks
Oh,
very
Thunderbolts.
good.
Yeah, that's
Thunderbolts
out
is very
now.
good. Yeah.
Have you
Oh,
seen
yes.
it?
No, apparently it's very good though.
Okay, so
quite
have they
got-
sort of found their footing again?
Well, it's an interesting one, right? Because Thunderbolts is it's kind of like the Suicide Squad of Marvel, and at first I was kind of like, but then I'm like, well, I like all those characters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
better than that. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Potentially.
Pew.
Florence Pugh.
yeah, Florence, Yelena, and
Yes.
what's it, the
The
Red
father.
Avenger,
Yeah.
whatever his name is? Yeah, I don't know. It looks cool.
Yeah, I'd watch more of that. Yeah.
And you go, I've seen her
What's that
tits.
movie they were in?
It was
I'll watch any movie with a woman whose tits I've seen in it.
sort of true. No,
I mean,
it was,
it's not true.
Yeah,
what was it? What was the movie they were in that introduced them?
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
It was the Black Widow movie, which was the one that everyone said, who was asking for a Black Widow movie?
And it was quite good.
The absolute best of that second wave of post-Endgame.
But it's also weird because it was a prequel. Because they killed
Right.
her already.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah.
I actually
Yeah,
don't
you're right.
remember.
Yeah.
Half of them are prequels, though. You know?
Yes.
Alright, well,
But,
I might go see Thunderbolts then, if it's meant to be good.
It's got the reviews are really good. It's like apparently it's like they found their footing again.
Okay, good.
I don't know.
It's getting-
That doesn't mean anything for the other ones.
getting weird,
'cause
like-
as we know, they're all a mixed bag, really, at this point.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I'm so fucking excited for Superman. I'm so
really?
I'm so excited. And I am so excited. I've been watching tons of old Superman stuff and reading old comics. And I rewatched Man of Steel. And I'll say this. Hollywood doesn't deserve Henry Cavill, right? It's not that he can't hold a
TV
movie.
actor
He
Henry
can.
Cavill.
They just... I mean,
he's great.
for them to say... This is the first fucking actor who's even read a Superman comic to play Superman.
Right.
And then, they cast him as Geralt, and he came to the audition saying, yeah, I've already played all the games. And they were like, these are not based on the games, they're based on the books. And he was like, wait there. Went and read all the books and then came back and auditioned again. Like, and they've just ruined it time and time again. Hollywood does not deserve him. Man of Steel is a pretty good movie, and he is an excellent Superman.
He's not meant to be in movies.
Nah, that's not true, man. Because Mission Impossible Fallout is fucking
he's
great, and
fucking
he
great
is
in
great
that.
in it.
He's not meant for movies.
Nah, he's good.
meant
He
for
looks great in
TV.
that mustache.
He's fucking
Now,
good in that.
I'll
movie.
say this about Man of Steel. They need to completely remove the opening sequence, the Krypton sequence. Just
Oh, yeah, with
verbatim.
Russell Crowe.
Take it out. Just start fucking Superman lands on Earth. Put some backstory in later when Zod arrives.
Sure.
The thing everybody criticizes is the death of Jonathan Kent.
Oh yeah.
Didn't
Kevin
bother
Costner.
me. Didn't bother me.
Because I remember thinking. I mean, it's been a long time since I watched it, but I remember thinking, you could have saved him and no one would have known it was you.
That's the problem, is that he couldn't, because he was standing there with everyone. Yeah, and he was over here, and
there's a fucking tornado going on. Just walk,
I know.
We'll go, what's that over there? Walk behind a hill. And then...
It wasn't meant to be taken literally. It was symbolic of the fact that he would sacrifice his own life to not reveal his son's powers and leave him vulnerable.
I remember thinking it was just clunky the way that he did that. But it seems like you could have come up with
or at least had him standing further away, so that it would have been definitely obvious that he would have been seen.
Right.
I haven't seen it, and I don't think I will. I'm not a big Superman fan.
Well, you'll be pleased, because I actually only say Superman one time in the entire movie.
Well, that's not the word I don't like. Man. I don't know. It's just he's just invincible. He can do everything.
No, he's got weaknesses. Kryptonite being one of them,
and also just his weakness is that he's incorruptible. You know, like he is too morally good.
Sure, yeah.
That his unflinching. I mean, he says this, and then in towards the end of the movie, they kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
with Zod, throwing Zod through buildings like that.
Look, I'm just going to stick with Christopher Reeves. He's my Superman.
I mean,
that's bad news for you.
He's good too.
What?
Yeah. Mind you, they also kind of ruined. They wasted Brandon Routh, because he was the same Superman as Christopher Reeve.
His career really tanked as well.
He's back as Superman in the Crisis on Infinite Earth series.
He's TV actor now.
Yeah,
literally a TV actor now.
Yeah,
you know what I also watched, which is very good, is Superman and Lois, which is also in the Arrowverse, but it's an older Superman,
not the Dean Cain
with
one.
kids.
Yeah.
No, not Lois and Clark.
Because that's Lois and Clark.
Superman and Lois. It's the Superman from the Supergirl series,
right?
And him and his wife and his 2 teenage sons move back to Smallville and live on a farm. And it's mostly, sometimes he's Superman, but it's mostly just about him trying to be a good dad. It's like, you fucking know exactly what I want, don't you?
But isn't the CW one the one for like teenage girls?
What? Say that again?
The CW shows, they're more for teenage girls than anything.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I'd agree with that.
No. Because, like,
I mean,
Green
there's
Arrow
certainly more...
or Arrow, whatever it was called. I know tons of people who like that.
Okay.
And they were grown men.
But for some reason, the CW I just see as being
Flash,
big young...
didn't you, Luke? I think you watched... Didn't you watch CW Flash?
No.
No, okay.
I haven't watched
I said they should have just had him as being the Flash in the movie, because...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of
there's this great flashback scene in but then that movie turned out to be really good.
Yeah, that was a funny.
We all had to fucking eat our words.
Make another one.
They definitely can't. In this, there's a scene where Superman remembers his first outing as Superman, and he comes and saves somebody, and he's wearing the costume from Superman or Action Comics #1 with the black triangle, and it's pretty cool. You should check it out.
It's a lot to watch, though. I don't think I could start.
I'm not saying watch the entire Arrowverse. I'm just saying watch the 3 seasons.
Strip mining Minecraft realm.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I have to. I forgot to tell you. I have to give up on the strip mine.
Why? Because you dug down into the caves?
No, because now if you try and go to the strip mine, it's gotten down low enough, and because it's so flat, it just spawns slimes everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw something yesterday that you've just reminded me of, Luke. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell you in the after party.
Okay.
What's the after party?
So if you want to know, just go to patreon.com/multiplenerdgasm, or just go to multiplenerdgasm.com and follow the links to the after party. Sign up for the $5 a month tier, become a subscriber and a patron of this show, and you'll get all the additional content that is the after party, where I'm going to just tell Luke something I saw yesterday, but then do all the sex crime news we teased earlier.
And you know how much I love sex crime news.
Mm-hmm.
Is Neil Gaiman
I'm going to edit that. I'm going to edit that, and I'm going to give it to Matt, and Matt's going to remix you just saying I love sex crimes over and over.
It's true. And I do see the name Gaiman on the after party list. I see him on the guest list. So
I also see the word Kanye. So it's good too. That one's not a crime, though, as far as I can
see
tell.
the word Kanye and I see the word sucked, so I'm very excited.
To find out who or what Kanye sucked in the afterlife.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.